Hey, Steve Bedell here, your EXP Realtor from the Villages, Florida, coming to you today with a real important video, especially for you buyers out there, okay? And it all stems from something that somebody said to me a few days ago. They were at an open house at one of my listings, and I talked to them a while, and I asked them if they were represented by anybody, if they had a broker that they were working with, an agent that they were working with. And he said, no. He said, I bought and sold a lot of houses, and I prefer to work with the listing agent only. And I said, I used to think that too, but you know what? It's not right. It's not the correct answer. If you're a buyer, you should be working with an agent to help you. And here's why. Now, before I start, because I'll forget, are there situations where it's not needed? Yeah, sure. I did one where I handled both the buyer and the seller. Property was for sale. The buyer lived like next door. They said that's the price. They agreed on it. They know everything about the property. Boom, fine. I just was a transaction broker, and I took care of it, okay? But if you're not like that, if you don't know where you are, I'm going to give you a few reasons here why you should be using a broker as a buyer, an agent. I'm sorry, everyone uses the terms interchangeably. There is a little difference technically, but not the most people who aren't in the field. Okay, so I'm going to give you some reason why, if you're a buyer, you're looking for a property, especially in the villages where I am, you should have an agent who works for you. So let's see why. So number one, I don't know if you caught me trying to hold that sneeze, probably. Oh well. Anyway, I like to get these in one shot. It makes it a lot quicker for me when I edit. Here's why. We know things. We know things that you probably don't, especially if you're not from the area. We know if the house you buy, even though there's no, the Villages is 55 and over, we have a high school here. We have a charter high school, great school. They're located in the Villages. And every Friday night, boom, the lights come on, and bang, oh, you got a football game, you got crowds, you got traffic, you got noise. Now, would you know that if you were looking at a place at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in March when there's no football? No, you wouldn't know that. Would anybody be obligated to tell you that? No, of course not. It's not something you got to disclose. Why would you? It's not important. It's not something that requires a disclosure. But we know things. We know where the traffic is. We know if you're going to get traffic noise, if it's going to bother you. We even know, like in the Villages, there's a lot, the golf cart path, there's a lot of little shortcuts that head through neighborhoods. We know if there's a shortcut going to be running right down there. We know if you're on the first tee at the golf course, you might be sound asleep some morning and then you hear crack at 5:36, well, maybe not 5:30, but early in the morning. If you don't like to get up in the morning, if you're on a tee, on a golf course, you're going to be hearing a lot of noise. Not only the crack of the golf club, you might be hearing some rather colorful language too, because not all the villages here are Tiger Woods. What can I tell you? Okay, so we know things. We know things like that that can help you out. All right, now let's look at number two. All right, price. All right, would anyone not agree with me that price is pretty important and one of the main reasons why you should be hiring an agent to represent you, to work for you, to get the best price possible? Of course not. I heard once the expression, and it's pretty similar. Let's say you're going to court, you got a court case. Are you going to hire the opposing attorney to work for you? I wouldn't. Just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Why? Because they're trying to get the best price for their client. I'm trying to get the best price for my buyer and seller, whatever side I represent. That's what we do, okay? So here, let's look at it. Save time. Look at this. Number three. Okay, that says time. My penmanship isn't so great today. All right, but here's what. You tell us what you want. You tell us what's important to you. Do you want to live by the water? Do you want to live close to Lake Sumter? Do you want a tutu, but also a den with it? You tell us these things. We can locate that stuff for you quickly, both through MLS and because we know where everything is. So we know the type of things that you're doing. We're going to save you a lot of time instead of you bing, bang, bonging around by yourself, going to every open house that there is, and looking at 10 houses for every one you might even consider. So we know that kind of stuff. Okay, that's 3. Here's number 4. MLS access, multiple listing service. All right, we have access to, unless you're a realtor, you usually don't. What good is that? You say you can look at Zillow yourself. Well, Zillow's nice, Zillow helps, but with the MLS access, you tell us the property you're interested in maybe, and we have little attachments that you don't have. And we can see attachments that have disclosures, and we might see, oh, this place needs a new floor. Why would you go spend the time looking at that? Or there's lots of little things that pop up in disclosures. We're going to be aware of that because we're going to check it out before we look at a house with you. So again, we're going to save you time. It's information, as you can see by all of this stuff, okay? All right, here. Okay, there you go. Geography. What do I mean by that? Okay, well, here's how it works. I had a woman who I was dealing with, and she had Parkinson's. All right, so what did I do? There is one particular area in the villages, and there are a lot of clubs, organizations, social groups in the villages. And I know there are 2 Parkinson's groups in that particular section of the villages. So that was really helpful. We put her in a house up there. She just loves it because she has a community she can deal with, get support, handle all these things, okay? So this is great. So we know where the things are around here. Okay, 6. Okay. I'm writing fast as I can here. Market changes. I do, if you're familiar with this website, I do a market update every single week. I want to know how many new homes are coming on the market. I want to know how the selling's going. I want to know how the price per square foot is every week. I want to know just where things are so that I can use these tools that I have to help you get the best price and to help us negotiate better. Only makes sense to me. You really have to kind of know what's going on in the place. Okay, all right. Let's face it, motivation, the way real estate works, you don't get a sale, you don't eat. That's how it works. So we are very motivated to help you get that price, to help you find your house, and to get everything that you need, because if we do that, then we're going to get a commission for that. We get paid. So we're going to help you just as much as we can, because if we don't get anything out of it. Okay, and here's the big one. Here's the last one right here. Number 8, okay? At least that's how it is now. What does it cost you to use an agent who will be looking out for your side of the transaction? It costs you nothing. Everything comes out of the commission, which is paid by the seller, okay? So if it's a 5% commission fee, it's split 2.5 between the houses, not between the agents, between the brokers. But in any case, why wouldn't you avail yourself to all of this help and all of this, have someone, an experienced professional working for you, and it costs you nothing. if we go back to the lawyer example, would you have a lawyer paid, or would you have a lawyer for nothing? Yeah, I think you need that. I think you know the answer to that. We get paid if we help you. So here's what you should do. You should let us help you. Let me help you. I'm experienced. I know the villages, and and I'm a real estate investor, so I'm a strong negotiator. You'll see if you ever use me. You will be glad that you did, because it's really important. I'm gonna either make you the most money, or I'm gonna save you the most money. Okay, so there you go. 8 big reasons why you should have an agent as a buyer. So if you're a buyer, give me a call today. Let me help you go out and find your perfect house. Okay? Okay, that's all for now. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and check back with me later.